In this photo taken Saturday, July 22, 2107, the setting sun is reflected on the Salesforce Tower in the San Francisco skyline in this view from Sausalito, California. Construction crews are putting the finishing touches on San Francisco's new tallest building. The 61-story Salesforce Tower and an adjacent transit center represent a shift in San Francisco, one that pits the technology industry against the city's charming neighborhoods. App photo Eric Grisberg. More than 60 stories above the ground, construction workers climb makeshift stairs and cross narrow steel planks to put the finishing touches on Salesforce Tower, now San Francisco's tallest building. The $1.1 billion skyscraper has already changed the city's iconic skyline, towering over old favorites like Coit Tower and the Transamerica Pyramid. Unlike in New York and Chicago, the new 1,070-foot 326-meter high-rise is a gargantuan presence in this liberal West Coast city. Salesforce Tower and a massive adjoining transit center also embody a larger transition in San Francisco, one that pits the technology industry against the city's charming neighborhoods. Tech giant Salesforce.com, which provides online software for business, bought the naming rights to the 61-story steel and concrete building, adding to concerns that the tech economy is steamrolling through the city. All the tech and people the industry is bringing in, you can work 2 jobs and barely make a living for your rent and other costs, said Saul Ramirez, 25, who commutes over an hour daily to his San Francisco restaurant job from San Pablo after high rent pushed him from the city. Salesforce Tower is City Hall's golden child, but the edifice has had to defend itself from the start. Former Mayor and U.S. Sen. Dianne Feinstein has said SHES annoyed the skyscraper soars far above the downtown height limits she pushed for in the 1970s and 80s. In this photo taken Tuesday, July 11, 2017, a woman looks out toward the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge from just below the top of the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco. Construction crews are putting the finishing touches on San Francisco's new tallest building. The 61-story Salesforce Tower and an adjacent transit center represent a shift in San Francisco, one that pits the technology industry against the city's charming neighborhoods. App photo Eric Grisberg. Salesforce Tower is more than 200 feet 60 meters taller than the Transamerica Pyramid, which previously was San Francisco's tallest building. A lot of people think that the city's defining characteristics are the hills, the water and the blue skies, said John King, urban design critic for the San Francisco Chronicle. Salesforce will occupy more than half of the building's square footage, while consulting and investment powerhouses like Bain Company, CBRE and Accenture will lease a portion of the remaining space. When the connecting Salesforce Transit Center opens, developers estimate the bus, train and promised high-speed rail station will serve 100,000 passengers on an average weekday. Cities evolve and change and grow everywhere in the world, said Boston Properties senior project manager Merj Amlink, noting the corporate high-rise will house up to 6,000 employees after construction wraps up in October. In this photo taken Tuesday, July 11, 2017, the Transamerica Pyramid and Golden Gate Bridge are left are seen below from the top of the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco. Construction crews are putting the finishing touches on San Francisco's new tallest building. The 61-story Salesforce Tower and an adjacent transit center represent a shift in San Francisco, one that pits the technology industry against the city's charming neighborhoods. App photo Eric Grisberg. Fred Werner, lead instructor of the Architectural Foundation of San Francisco, said he loves both the city's natural landscape and its skyline. San Francisco still has many areas with strict height limits, and concentrating growth in urban centers is the best way to accommodate an influx of people, Werner said. Kate Borden, a 17-year San Francisco resident, has become a fan as SHES watched the tower go up from her apartment window. It actually ends up reflecting the sunset, and I think it's really beautiful, said Borden, 37. Salesforce Tower and Los Angeles' Wilshire Grand Center are competing for the title of tallest building west of Chicago, a designation the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat has yet to award. The 1,100-foot 335-meter Los Angeles high-rise wins by sheer height, but some argue its 295-foot 90-meter decorative spire should NT count. This photo taken Tuesday, July 11, 2017 shows construction workers just below the top of the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco. Construction crews are putting the finishing touches on San Francisco's new tallest building. The 61-story Salesforce Tower and an adjacent transit center represent a shift in San Francisco, one that pits the technology industry against the city's charming neighborhoods. App photo Eric Grisberg. The top of Salesforce Tower has generated controversy of its own, with 9 unoccupied floors set aside as canvas for LED artist Jim Campbell to display low-resolution images captured throughout the day by cameras placed around the city. The electronic art display will be like a carnival in the sky, said San Francisco Planning Commissioner Catherine Moore, who believes the art makes the high-rise look like a children's playground. Link believes criticism of the building will wane once the lights go on. Everybody will love the tower, Link said. The art is amazing. In this photo taken Tuesday, July 11, 2017, an LED pixel light that is part of an art installation is seen mounted onto a perforated panel at the top of the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco. Construction crews are putting the finishing touches on San Francisco's new tallest building. The 61-story Salesforce Tower and an adjacent transit center represent a shift in San Francisco, one that pits the technology industry against the city's charming neighborhoods. App photo Eric Grisberg. In this photo taken Tuesday, July 11, 2017, the Salesforce Tower at right is seen along the skyline beyond the Painted Ladies Victorian homes in San Francisco. Construction crews are putting the finishing touches on San Francisco's new tallest building. The 61-story Salesforce Tower and an adjacent transit center represent a shift in San Francisco, one that pits the technology industry against the city's charming neighborhoods. App photo Eric Grisberg. In this image depiction provided by LED artist Jim Campbell, an illuminated blue sky with puffy clouds is displayed on the 9-story electronic art installation atop San Francisco's Salesforce Tower, currently under construction. This is being touted as the tallest public art installation in the United States and will be visible from almost anywhere in San Francisco. Jim Campbell via app. In this image depiction provided by LED artist Jim Campbell, the outline of 2 dancers captured mid-motion is displayed on the 9-story electronic art installation atop the $1.1 billion Salesforce Tower under construction in San Francisco. Salesforce Tower and a massive adjacent transit center are shifting San Francisco's economic core to the south of Market District, where technology companies have staked their claim in the past decade. Jim Campbell via app. Explore further. LinkedIn to anchor new San Francisco high-rise. Copyright 2017 The Associated Press. All rights reserved.